Hey everyone, Cinephile Mike here, and it is day 55 of Oscar Rewind, my bi weekly series of videos where I revisit films that reflect the earlier work of this past year's Oscar winners and nominees. As always, I'll be discussing the awards history for the film, box office information, the critical response, and as always, the reviews will be a spoiler free. You can find all older episodes here on the YouTube channel or other great stuff on my website, cinephilemike.com. Also, before I can jump in, I can publicly say that if you are joining me today on posting day, you are learning this the same day I learned it. I'm getting ready to cover my next festival. Yes, later in October, I will be bringing you lots of new reviews from the films that are debuting and a part of the New York LGBTQ plus film festival in New York City. So be on the lookout for that coverage. That's going to be very exciting. Hopefully, there's other interviews and whatnot to come. Keep posted. I will let you know. But today is about Rewind, not the next film festival. And we are rewinding almost 10 years ago to 2015, which was when this film, I Dreamed Too Much, distributed by The Orchard, made its way into the ether. Written and directed by Katie Cokinos, the film debuted in March of 2015 at the South by Southwest Film Festival and must have been picked up and distributed digitally only because when I looked it up, I could find that the film had a reported estimated budget of about $1,500,000. However, on Box Office Mojo and an internet search, I could not find any box office information for the film, leading me to believe that it was a digital release, not a theatrical one. So I think this is the first time, actually, this whole Rewind season that I have a film that I have no box office information to report on. So for my box office pundits, I'm sorry. And also, for my fans who are here who love the critical ratings, you might be a little disappointed with the news I have here, too. As per Rotten Tomatoes, the film does not show a critical score or response. It shows that there is one review, but that was not enough to call a rating or percentage for the film. However, I can say that with less than 50 audience scores, the film does sit with the audience score of 62%, called from just under 50 ratings. So, why is this film landing on Rewind? Well, it is for a woman we all know by the name of Danielle Brooks. Brooks was nominated this past year for the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress in The Color Purple, a role that she was also Tony nominated for when she played the role in the Broadway revival alongside Cynthia Erivo and Jennifer Hudson. She broke through in the screen in all of her hell no gloriousness. Although many of us, if you're not as familiar with The Color Purple, probably know her for her breakout role on Orange is the New Black, which came after she did this film, where she also got to show where she is, and pardon the pun, one hell of a singer. Hell yes. As far as my research shows, this was the second feature film that Brooks has on her resume, but the first that shows her on screen. Where the first film, Time Out of Mind, which I did watch and was getting ready to review, I saw her credited as a receptionist. And after watching the film, which is actually an interesting character study film starring Richard Gere, so that one is streaming on Plex, I believe. So that one's an interesting watch. But for Brooks, this one, I Dream Too Much, was the first time we saw her on screen in a feature film. And fitting, she plays an aspiring singer. So Brooks has been demonstrating those pipes that she's got for almost 10 years on celluloid. So, as for an awards journey for the film I Dream Too Much, well, while it was in many film festivals, IMDb only reports that it had one sole nomination, which was for writer director Cokinos, as this was her debut feature film. She was a nominee for the Game Changer Award at South by Southwest. Aside from that, there is no awards recognition for the film. So, but again, as we know, it's not about the awards, right? It's about the film. So, what's this one about? Meet Dora, played by Eden Brolin, a graduate of college with a degree in pre law and English. So, as her great aunt says, useless degrees. And she's trying to figure out her next move. While her best friend is off to tropical climates in Brazil and South America and off to live that lovely post collegiate life, Dora does not have that option. She is at home in New Jersey with her mother, Helen, played by Christina Runer, who is just harping on her to take her LSATs to go to law school, get her head out of the clouds, stop daydreaming, and move on. Well, Dora's not feeling this pressure, and so through a series of events, mainly needing some space from mom, Dora decides to go to upstate Saugerties, New York, in the middle of winter. So lots of snow, but gorgeous looking, and decides to provide and serve as a caretaker for her great aunt Vera, played by Diane Ladd, who broke her foot, had an injury, and is a bit incapacitated, so she needs some help. So Dora volunteers to go, provided she promised to continue preparing for the LSATs. So she heads to the snowy north, and between getting to know her aunt and preparing for the LSAT and running errands, she also spends a lot of time drifting into her dreams, which often kind of looks like her escaping into a Jane Austen novel. And as she jots down poetic notes and sketches in notebooks and on papers, and running her errand, she's also able to make a new friend, Abby, played by Danielle Brooks, who is an aspiring singer but also a sales girl at the probably only trendy clothing store Dig in Saugerties. And, Abby has dreams of a singer. She plays Dora a demo. They see a kinship in one another. This is a small town in the middle of winter. And, Abby is a dreamer, but she believes that things can happen. And after a chance meeting with music producer Nikki, played by James McCaffrey, Dora decides to come out of her imagination and that she is going to make it happen, that Abby is going to record for him and live out her musician dreams. And while all of this is happening, Dora will also go down a little bit of a rabbit hole where she learns a lot about her family's past, which, as we go through this, we'll see her start to have a new, profound relationship with the women that she has grown up with, and the life that she knew, and the people that she thought she knew. So look, this film is cute. It's not in the upper pantheon of other coming of age indies, and in part because some of the plots get a little muddled and some things are better explained than others, but it is watchable. Brolin in her feature film debut is, has quite an infectious energy. She's a college grad, but you almost wonder if she's not like this happy-go-lucky just out of high school grad going to college with all this piss and vinegar and pep and energy. Not a post college, but so it's infectious, it's enjoyable. She's wide-eyed, and what anchors her is a very strong performance by Ladd. She plays the anchor as great aunt Vera, and she really elevates what could have been just a crotchety older lady character, really grounds her in depth. And as we learn the story that she's had as a character. It anchors the story in a way that offers what could have been if Cokinos had been maybe a little more focused in the plot here instead of trying to divulge into a couple of others. Um, and yet, that being said, it was refreshing to see these takes of the different generations of women that were coming together to tell this story. Brooks, again, I said it before with the voice, she is a wonderful presence. Even if she gets stuck with a little bit of stunted writing, for lack of a better term, she is a presence on screen. And with her wide, expressive eyes, when she needs you to feel something or know something, you're going to get it. Even though her subplot gets a little bit sidelined, I mean, resolved, but a little bit sidelined, uh, her closing the film with her musical number is quite delightful. And I have to say, on the other side, behind the scenes, Alex Rappaport's cinematography is absolutely stunning. He captures these snow-covered grounds and this like like bleak, sad winter setting, and while it underscores what we're watching, it's gorgeous to look at. And even one of the first times I felt in a film that takes place in this kind of setting, I wanted to wrap a blanket around myself as I watched what was coming out. So the tonally the film is quite nice, matching what I believe Cokinos was trying to get to. And look, ultimately she proves that she's an interesting voice, one that has something to say. I just hope she gets to have more opportunities with which to share it. There has not been another feature film from her since 2015, but I would be very curious to see what she comes up with next. So for me, simply put, this film it's a basic 3-star film for me. Now, if you like charming, simplistic indies, this one is for you. And if you are a fan of Brooks or you are a fan of Ladd, this film is for you. And if you would like to check it out, you can catch it streaming exclusively on Tubi with ads for free. So there you have it. Ah, all right. Short review for a cute, short little movie. As always, if you like what you heard here, please click that like button. Click it. Click that subscribe button. Click that one too. And spread the word. Let's get more people in on the cinematic goodness. Award season is right around the corner, so you know there's going to be a lot of content coming to you very quickly that you're going to want to love getting in on the conversation of. You can follow me, Cinephile Mike, on all social media platforms and on Letterboxd, and find lots of other great exclusive content on my website, cinephilemike.com. Happy watching, everyone, and until next time, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.